Welcome back to Ironing Out the Kinks, talking all things kinky, sexy and naughty with Luke and Chelsea, your married hosts who just really enjoy talking about this shit. So, episode 9. Before we kick off, I'm going to tell everyone sickness has struck us down.
Yeah. We've
been a sick family this week. So if we sound dodgy or we give energy and you're thinking, oh no, this isn't like normal amounts of energy.
We're dying here.
We're dying. So we're doing this for you. We just want to chill out, watch Grey's Anatomy on the sofa and sob together.
Yeah.
But we don't.
It's just not an option when you have this demand.
People demanding on us, you know? They're demanding on us. So you know how it is. If you haven't listened, if you don't know what we're doing, go back and listen to episode 1 through to 8. Fucking catch up. I assume if you're listening to this episode, you know exactly what's going on. So we'll just kick straight off. Top 100 Kinks. What are we doing this week?
This week we're starting off with filming.
Filming?
Uh-huh.
Ironic, because we're filming this.
But we're not got our genitals on display.
Yet.
The
price hasn't been...
The Patreon isn't open yet.
Yeah, Patreon's not open yet. God, we're going to have some people in there. We're not going to do OnlyFans for Patreon, just FYI for people.
Yet.
So filming, that's being filmed and filming somebody? Same?
Yeah, same.
Good. Okay, tell me about it.
So, do you know what I've seen a lot of lately? And I don't know if this is just targeted towards me on TikTok and they think I'm an absolute pervert.
Probably.
But people get these little, you know, like the hooks that you hang your tea towels with in your kitchen.
Yeah.
They put them above the bed so you can slide your phone in. So so you can take a video from above. And then, you know, some of these people are actually living at home with their parents or they just don't want people to see that. So they then get a fake fire detector and then put that over the hooks so people who go in their bedroom don't see them. But for whatever reason, these videos keep getting targeted at me that we need to put hooks on the ceiling. And if we don't want people to know, we put a fire detector casing over the top.
Are you sure that's for people filming like consensual sex and not for people who run Airbnbs? Because that sounds like an Airbnb secret camera type thing.
No, this is like a women exploring their kinks and enjoying filming sex.
We've all got 4K phones.
But that's what they're doing. They're hanging their phone up there. They're getting it from like top view. I think it could be quite sexy. I don't think that's a flattering angle.
But you're just watching someone's back and watching cheeks one way or another, not in a great way.
Yeah,
you want to see P going into V or V rubbing on V, P going into A. You know, if you need this dissecting on what I'm saying, yeah, you are in the wrong place.
Yeah, I don't know why I went off on that small tangent, but
no, I like it.
But for the most part, it is literally just filming. So if we use a tripod, we have a tripod.
We have a tripod. We have tripods for this.
Yeah. Or just using your phone and getting as close to the action as possible with it.
The problem with using your phone, and this isn't to do with the kink necessarily, we recently did a little bit of phone stuff just in a spur of the moment.
Yeah. It's always in spur of the moment though. We never have planned to go, should we film tonight?
No, but we could.
We could.
I think we enjoy it enough.
Yeah.
But the problem is, as a man, so if I'm filming and having sex with you, it's really hard to concentrate. We're not multitaskers.
Mm-mm.
You tell me this every day. And it's really hard to concentrate on stroke, camera angle and enjoying it.
And keeping it stable.
Exactly.
So we can watch that video back.
Exactly. It's tough. You know, it's really tough. So if you're either a pro, like as in legit porn star type setup where they do POV type.
Do you know what I just had a thought of?
Go on.
You know how Peep Show's filmed?
Yeah.
Where they got like the big body rig at the top.
Oh, God.
Imagine having sex with that on.
That's probably happened. Well, there's
VR porn. Yeah. I've dabbled.
And that's got to... Fucking, of course you have. But that's got to be something like that. It's got to be.
Yeah, definitely. Now I want to see how VR porn's filmed.
We'll do some research after this.
Sounds good.
So back to the actual kink though.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking about it because we talked about it over lunch in a public place. We went out for lunch and discussed this before recording. And I think it's to do with you're almost being watched, but you're not. You're being watched by whoever you select to watch it.
It's quite performative as well.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you want it to look good. And that I don't know about you, but that turns me on, like we need this to look good kind of. Feel like a bit of porn star.
That's it, porn star. Yeah. That's what I was going to say next. You feel like a porn star. You know, when you watch porn all the time and we can fantasize whilst watching porn and enjoy that. Suddenly you're in the middle of it and you can step back afterwards and watch what it's like. Some people might step back and go, what am I doing?
I didn't realize I never want to see that again.
Yeah. But I don't. I look back at what we record and I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I really, really love that. So yeah, I think there's like a performative aspect. It's almost like a set of eyes. It's almost like being watched, but you're not really being watched.
Yeah.
You know, but that's how I see it. I think like there's a phone that's now recording this that could go anywhere. And that kind of turns me on a little bit.
Okay.
I think like anybody could watch this. Imagine this just goes on RedTube or like X Hamster or something. And like hundreds of thousands of people just watch it.
What are you trying to say?
No.
You uploading these videos without my consent.
How do you think I pay for our house? But no, I think that's probably what it is. And like you say, there's a performative aspect and there's a sexy feel to it.
Yeah.
You're being desired.
Mm-hmm. And I think everyone obviously watches porn. And for me, there's nothing better than watching a video of the person that I love doing the stuff in the video with.
Yeah. I think it's maybe like an egotistical point to it as well, probably for men more than women. But you look at it and think, yeah, that's me fucking giving the goods.
Yeah.
Because I don't need it to be you necessarily for me to enjoy. That makes sense? That sound bad?
That sounded bad.
That sound really bad. But no, where you're saying like you like it with the person you love.
The naked pit video to be you. I just need it to be me, really.
But that's it. I think from a man's point of view, you're like, I want to see me being
the guy.
The guy, the man. You know, that's the bit. Maybe that. Am I turned on by myself?
Dear.
Am I?
Do I even need to be in the video? Should we just solo videos?
You've got so many solo videos of me from when I was working away. So you pipe down, lady, or I'll delete them all.
So you're watching them back. You have them still.
I don't know where they are, but they're somewhere in my phone. They're somewhere in my phone, but I don't know where they are. There's always a risk when you open your phone up. Somebody's going to see something. Like the other day.
Always a risk with my phone.
There is. The other day I opened my phone up and for some reason it came up WhatsApp images in the folder I was in and one of the pictures was you in front of the microphone before we recorded once where you decided to flash me your boobs.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, that could have been really dangerous because that was from episode 0.
That was so far,
that was
like
so
longer,
long ago. Yeah. So it was always a risk. We've gone tangent.
Yeah.
We spoke about it before. No, we're like, let's calm down on the tangents. Fuck it. I like a tangent. How will people get into this?
Just wipe your phone out.
Yeah.
Easy as that. And I think some people might feel insecure, which is fine. Mm-hmm. I definitely would say there'd be points in my life where I would have felt insecure and not allowed this to happen. I would say you don't have to be in it. Like your body and your face and your expressions don't have to be in it. It can just be P&V, V&V. Yeah. It can just be that.
Yeah. I agree.
For anyone who might feel insecure.
That's the thing. And if you're making something, if you want to make like a video that's really sexy with you and your loved one, then that's like you two showing, having sex. And there's like, there's a porn company, I think they're called like XX porn, something like that. And they make like nice porn.
Original name.
I know, classic. But they do like nice porn in a way.
There's a lot of them out there now.
Yeah. And that's like much more sort of intimate. Yeah. If that's the kind of thing you're making. If you literally just want to watch back getting fucked or fucking someone and you're both consenting.
Just need to POV it.
Literally, POV, dick going in and out or vagina's rubbing or tongue on clit, whatever. Like you say, you don't need to have your full body in it. You don't need to have your face in it. Yeah. I think, and there probably is companies out there that do this. I've thought about this before.
I know what you're going to say, yeah.
What am I going to say?
You've said it to me before about if somebody wants to create a porn of them and the person that they're with, that there'll be a company that can come out and film it, set it up, professional production.
You are in my head.
It.
This happens all the time, every day. Yeah, like that Zach and Miriam make a porno.
Yeah.
It's that where they make the company that go out and record people. Mm-hmm. I think that's a really good idea. If you've got professionals come in and you're comfortable enough to have one person in the room filming you and you know it's going to be hot, I think that's a really, really good. And you could have like a full like hour feature like film of you fucking your loved one.
Fair.
I think that'd be sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you're like, let's watch some
there
porn.
might be something out there like that.
I'm sure there is. Definitely in America. America's got everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Right, what's next?
So the next one is public outdoor sex.
Public outdoor sex. Specifically public outdoor sex. Because we spoke about exhibitionism.
Yeah, we've touched on this a few times and people have submitted some stuff to us around it, but we've never actually spoke about the kink itself, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
We've had advice, I think. Someone said they wanted to take it outside, but we haven't spoke about the actual kink of it.
So it's the idea of being watched, not being watched. It's the idea of just being outside.
I think it's the anticipation of potentially getting caught as well. Like, you know it's risky. You? I do, yeah.
For me,
You're too on edge with it.
Yeah, I'm just constantly, like, we've done stuff outside. I think I've told the story before in a pub car park at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But if you were like, oh, look, there's a small opening in a woodland over there. If we were going out for a walk, let's go and fuck. And it's like a public pathway. Okay, but there's people around. And what is sexy in like porn is like someone stumbling and watching and going, What's realistic is someone whips their phone out, records you, and then calls the police. And then suddenly you're a sex offender.
Yeah, but also like the rush of let's quickly get it over and done with. And
I like to take my time.
Yeah. Came out wrong.
The second week in a row. Thanks.
No, but I think there's just, it doesn't even have to be great sex. It doesn't have to be long sex. It doesn't have to feel the best, but it's just that excitement of fuck, right now I'm horny, quickly do it, let's go.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get it.
But personally, like that scenario you're saying there, off a public footpath, a little opening, that is a little bit risky. But going for a little walk 10, 15 minutes into the woodland and then going, right, haven't seen anyone for ages, there's a big old tree stump there, I'm going to pull my underwear down, let's have sex quickly. Like that kind of scenario. Or you've been walking along a coastal beach for ages and you haven't seen anyone, you're so far along, there's no one at the top of like the cliff edge, and you're like, should we just quickly have sex? Like them kind of scenarios of what I'm thinking more public than rather than like 2 minutes off a public path.
Yeah.
Public toilet.
I'm still on edge. I've been in some really rural areas in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm still on edge.
Fair.
I still like I've come across people in the weirdest places that you just wouldn't exist, you know, where you're 4 hours away from nearest like civilization, and it's 8 o'clock in the evening, it's been pissing it down all day, and then you just come across like a couple walking their German Shepherd and you're like, what are you doing out here? And they're like, yeah, we just love long walks. And you're like, I could have had my dick out. Not that you would.
Yeah, but for the last 4 hours I haven't seen anyone, so I definitely could have had my dick out.
For me, it's not for me.
Yeah.
But I think we're not going to tell people to go out and do risque things and expose yourself to people, because obviously that's fucking illegal. But if it's something you want to do, work into it. Make sure that there's...
But you got the public element. It's not just got to be sex as well. I know we said it about outdoor sex, but it's everything else that comes with sex. So, you know, touching someone, going down on someone quickly, it's them as well. Yeah.
Do you know, now you've said that, that's made me think of that time we were in that pub with that girl.
Yeah.
And that was like...
I went down on her in the toilet. Yeah. Someone did come in, granted, but obviously we were in a cubicle, so they wouldn't have known, but we weren't going to get caught in that situation. It was just a bit naughty and we were around people.
Yeah. And then that was the idea for me. So we were upstairs in a pub and it was quite quiet. It was the middle of the day.
Yeah, there's no one around.
And I was like, I think you two should kiss. And the fact that you were next to a window that was out on a really busy street in the area we live, and I was like, someone could be watching this, turned me on.
Yeah.
And then when you came back out from the toilet and kissed me, and I knew what you'd been doing because I could taste it, I was like, oh. And the fact that it was public turned me on. Obviously, we went home and had sex with her, which was great. But the fact that that was all in around people and they had no idea.
And I remember you saying that how naughty it would have been if one of the bar staff had like come up to get some glasses from a table nearby and they'd seen me kissing her knowing that I walked in with you. You liked the idea of that as well.
Yeah.
And that's obviously public.
that was purely because it was public. It wasn't necessarily because someone was watching. It wasn't about that. It was about the fact that
someone might see.
Someone might. Yeah, no, I get it. But then I wasn't at risk. My dick wasn't out in the toilet, so I wasn't at risk.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right, I get that. And I think if you want to get into it, just work your way into it. Really.
Yeah. I mean, the most common one here that we're completely forgetting is the fact that people go out all the time in their cars and have sex.
Yeah.
In a car park, in a wood.
So
lay-by.
Talking about this, strange. It's not strange that we've done this because we were talking about it over lunch, but we had picked these before I found this out. But the top kink for men, most popular kink for men is filming sex. The most popular kink for women is outdoor sex.
Okay.
So
that's interesting. We've done both.
Yeah, we've literally covered both today. And I saw that and thought, I'll bring that up because that's really weird that we've picked those two to do. But yeah, so maybe
that's quite interesting because what I'm thinking there is men aren't as insecure as women about being on camera naked, and men are more insecure about having their dick out in public than women are just whipping their knickers to the side.
And there's probably a whole anatomy thing to that.
Yeah.
Like I have to physically get my dick out in public. That's dodgy. Whereas a woman is knickers to the side. Can't really see anything. Did I say knickers?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So yeah, I won't be recording for the next few weeks. I'm going to hand myself into the police because that was fucking horrendous. Pop their underwear to the side. You're not really exposing yourself, you know? Exactly. Whereas a man, you have to get your dick out.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think men fetishize porn more than women do.
Yeah, a lot more.
So this the idea of, like I said.
And like you said, it's yourself you're seeing.
We're doing self-discovery as well today. Cool. All right. I think we've done that to death. If you've got any takes on that as our listeners or viewers, because we are going to be on YouTube soon.
Soon.
Let us know. Just hit us up. We've had like feedback in our from submissions and stuff. Not necessarily normal submissions, but we've had feedback and people saying, "Why don't you look at this and look at that?" And it's actually good stuff.
You've got any segment ideas, if there's anything you want to hear, just let us know. We've had a few already that we think we're gonna be doing at some point, maybe on our Patreon.
Yeah, when we roll into Patreon.
Right, we have a lot to cover in this episode, so it's going to be a long one. So
okay, I'm in.
Rolling into
I'm glad
Naughty
I'm not
Corner.
feeling like death.
I know, it's probably going to be our longest episode and the one we want over quickest.
Okay, Naughty Corner.
Right, hi guys. 22 male here, currently in a relationship 2+ years. The sex is great, but it hasn't quite opened up to what it was with my ex. I've asked/mentioned the fact that I enjoy a finger while getting head. My partner is completely against and grossed out by it. I also mentioned I enjoy ball play heaps, but she refused to do that as well. Any advice would be sweet. Cheers from Australia.
Nice.
Across the water.
Yeah. So, in what he likes is maybe a little bit submissive, likes to take a digit, bit of ball play.
Wouldn't even say that's submissive. Like, men should enjoy that.
No,
their anatomy should allow them to enjoy that.
Yeah, but I feel like he's probably in a position where he's like, yeah, finger me. Like, do it to me.
Are you submissive?
1 in 50. So 50 times we have sex, one of the times I'm like, all right, you can fuck around with me.
He's not necessarily a submissive man here. He just knows what he enjoys. And he said that this is what he used to do with his ex. So he would have come to an understanding of, she used to do that. I like it. No one won't. It's a tough one because you can't ask anyone to do anything that they don't enjoy doing. I would start off by, like what I always say, take a check on yourself. And are you as clean and as comfortable for her as you can be in that situation? I imagine he is because he's done it with his ex, but I'd always just check on that to begin with.
I think
anything could have put her off.
She might just be a bit more vanilla. There's not a lot of context to it in the sense of what is your general sex life like.
Yeah.
You know, it hasn't really gone into, you know, we like A, B, and C, but I want D and she won't do it. You know, it's very much like I like this and she isn't into it. So she might just be a really vanilla person.
Yeah.
She might not enjoy it. She might think, some people, I know so many people that would say putting a finger up a man's ass is just horrific and gross. And I'm like, what, should I put a finger up your ass then? Oh, well, that's all right. I like that. It works both ways. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that will go, this is why we do this podcast, because so many people are so linear in their thinking. And she may just be one of those people that is like, I like what's normal, quote unquote, quotes flying in. I like what's normal. And it's a hard thing to get across to somebody.
Yeah. It's tough because if that's what she's decided, then that's what she's decided. Maybe, and like I just mentioned, check that thing out. You know, one person could be okay with something, another person might not, whether he has a hairy ass and the other person didn't mind it, now the new one does. There's all things like that.
Say it again. Don't be scared to shave your ass.
Do not be scared. But also, I would also say that have a look at the sex life as a whole. Is he doing stuff to her? Could he bring her out of her sexual shell a little bit in other ways, rather than going straight for the get your finger up my ass kind of thing?
That's what I was sort of saying, or what I was kind of getting to. Obviously didn't nail it, so didn't get there. But yeah, we don't know where her general standing is.
Yeah.
You know, where she might have a whole, you know, a much further distance to go to get to the point where she's sexually explorative.
Yeah.
And you can't just expect her to go from crawling to sprinting. You've got to say, what is it you like? What can I do for you? Because I like this. And I'm not expecting you to do this right now, but you'll be surprised. Again, I touch on the time, our first threesome.
Yeah.
With a girl who I knew for a while. And she was like very much, I don't like the idea of girls. I don't like the idea of girls. Then she slowly came round to it, the more we've sort of advanced forwards. And then by the end of you having, well, you were kind of in the corner and watching me have sex with her. But by the end of that, she was like, I want to fuck Chelsea.
Yeah.
I want to have sex with a girl. Because,
yeah.
you know, it was moving her forwards in that direction. And this is something that I think possibly.
There's a lot they could be doing to open her up sexually to then lean into something like that, definitely. Just touching on the ball play as well, because ball play is not that, you know, out there. It's quite a standard thing. It might be a case of she genuinely doesn't know what to do with your balls. Like, balls are delicate. A lot of women don't understand what they're doing. They could squeeze them. They could like push them up. They could, I don't know.
Some people like that. We covered this cock and ball torture.
Some people do like it.
What does he mean by ball play, do you think?
Well, this is it. So show her what you like, whether you want your balls licked. Like, do you mind licking my balls while I like touch myself?
And again, make sure your balls are shaved.
Yeah,
Just
make sure they're nice and shaved.
ride for everyone.
Like, I think he needs to have a bit more of a conversation on exactly what he likes and show her in that region. Because I genuinely do believe all women at one point would have been scared of balls and had no idea what to do with them.
Yeah.
And a lot of women will still be in that situation that they still don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
So I think if this guy's listening, show her a little bit in the ball department, because it might, like, they are quite young. He said 22. She probably has no freaking idea what to do with a pair of balls.
Yeah. And again, it depends on her experience. If he's had a previous relationship where all of this was normal, and then her experience, her previous relationship might have just been straight missionary, lights off, and then that built that normality into her. And then suddenly she's with somebody, really likes them, and they're like, do shit to my balls, put a finger up my ass, and she's like, whoa, what the fuck? Like we're saying, some people's speed bump is other people's Everest, and it is like you've got to understand where she is in this scenario. So yeah, I think the same advice that we hit on every single one is communicate, but find the area of communication, show her, explain to her, and find out where she's at. Everybody's got kinks. Find out what you can do for her to help her maybe understand exploring a little bit more. You know, anything from you, my love? No,
I think we covered that there.
Yeah. Okay. Give us feedback as always. Yeah, that was a good one. I enjoyed that.
So this one's actually quite similar, funny enough. These are the two we've had this week, and it's quite similar. So I need some advice. My partner of 6 years has recently admitted he has been really into watching pegging videos. I'm fairly open-minded, and when he said he really got off to it, I wanted to please him. So we did this. However, when I was fucking him with my strap on, I felt very uncomfortable and did not enjoy this. I was somewhat relieved when it was over. He, on the other hand, said he loved it. Every now and then he asks if we can do it again, but the thought of it is making me feel sick. How do I go about telling him that it isn't for me?
Ooh.
It's a hard one because she's tried it. She's given it her best go.
Yeah. and it's not for her.
Mm-hmm.
That's completely fair.
That's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. This one, unfortunately, there's not like the best answer for every scenario.
No.
I think, excuse me, this is fairly cut and dry in that she has to say to him, I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It gives me a bit of anxiety. It makes me feel a bit sick.
And that's fine.
It is, absolutely.
There's always going to be things that we're going to feel like that with, and especially when it comes to sex. And, you know, she's given it her best go. She's given, like, fair hats off to her. She's done it.
Fucking fair play.
And nice to him that also he's communicated what he wants to her.
Yeah. Sounds like they've got a really good relationship in that standing.
Yeah.
And I think, although he may be disappointed, as long as you communicate it with, with fairness and understanding, no judgment, not like, I think it's disgusting, I think what you like is disgusting. You just have to say, it's just not for me. It
made me
really,
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I really didn't enjoy it. I got nothing from it, and the thought of it is making me a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So
I'd do that, exactly what you're saying. I'd give him a kick and a kiss in this scenario.
Nice.
Kick being obviously not for me, kiss being, but I know it's something that you enjoy. So there are other options where it's not me fucking you. We could try plugs. There's all sorts of different plugs you can get, not just a plug that sits there. There's ones that, electric ones that can move, that can give him the simulation of like slightly being fucked. There's ones with weights in, so if he's fucking you with one in, every time he's moving, the weight is moving the plug in him. There's loads of different things that he could use that you don't have to have a huge involvement in. You're smiling.
I didn't know any of this. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, so I'd give him a kick and a kiss there, because that might just be something that he could enjoy. It's a good compromise.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
not taking it off the table completely for him.
That's what I was going to say. If he likes like anal and prostate stimulation, then he can kind of achieve that himself.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to rely on you doing it for him. But yeah, kick and a kiss. I fucking love that. And yeah, I think the main thing to take away from that is trying it, unbelievable effort.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you can communicate, unbelievable. So many people would go through their entire relationship never being able to openly express that.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It's sad because even though it's not for you, at least now you're moving forwards. You're moving on to the next point, which hopefully is finding the middle ground.
Yeah.
A kick and a kiss.
You like that, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Cool. You happy with that one?
I'm happy with that one. Yeah. Let us know how you get on.
So moving on to slippery when wet, we've actually had a few submissions, and I'm convinced one of them you sent in completely. And the other one is so wild but so beautiful that I want to do it first. Okay. So slippery when wet is obviously about your fantasies. It's either one that you have, one that you've fulfilled, or simply this guy's sexual fantasy dream he's had.
Sweet, I'm there.
Right.
Do you think this is me?
No, the last one's you. We'll save that one. You can admit to us that it was.
I might start submitting stuff.
I once had a dream where I made love to the physical embodiment of the ocean. She wrapped me in her waves and covered me with her foam, totally beyond my understanding. I would have happily drowned in her, but she pushed me back to shore by the end and left stones of 5 colours. She also spoke Spanish, or some dream version of it. I never came hard in all my life, like my legs were full of batteries, by far the most intense dream I've ever had, and it will never happen again.
Acid's a hell of a drug. And that's what acid's one wild drug.
Wild, right? I think it's really beautifully put. A man's mind could come up with this, but
Is it from a man?
Yeah.
Fair.
What an interesting dream, fantasy.
That is very interesting. It's interesting, and it's.
I want to know what he was doing the days leading up to that for his brain to be like, right, we're fucking the ocean today.
He was doing some psychedelics.
Yeah.
I can tell you now, yeah. But honestly, the power of the brain is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that is, I agree, that is quite beautiful.
That's that. So moving on to the next one. I have a thing for free use sex.
Say that all again.
I have a thing for free use sex.
You have a thing.
Yep.
For free use sex.
Correct.
You going to explain what that is?
That's what I thought when I first read it. So one time me and my girlfriend were doing it missionary, and she suddenly received a phone call that she had to take, family stuff. While she was talking, I continued penetrating her, and it was then that I realised how much I love it when she didn't show me any reaction to me fucking her as she continued her routine stuff. Fast forward, and nowadays we usually do it while talking about routine stuff like our day or random gossips with no grunts or moans, just talking normally while pleasuring each other.
Okay. I need to look into that.
Yeah, I've not heard of it. I know like there's the naughtiness of taking a phone call and being fucked, or you always want me to take a work call,
I
which
want
we
you to
haven't
be on
done.
a work Skype call, and I'll just be under the desk going down on you.
Yeah,
That's what I want. But
there's things
guess
like
what
that.
I want?
But
No, I know.
just having a normal conversation about your day, having no like sexual moans or groans.
It's pretty cool.
Just doing it. I couldn't personally do it because I need to be turned on in the moment.
Yeah, but imagine you have to take the call and I just don't stop fucking you.
That part I like, but like they said, having conversations about random gossip and their day while they're fucking.
I wonder what that is, because that must be like a disconnection of emotion from the act to.
But a connection because they're really enjoying it.
Yeah, that must. Yeah.
Maybe we should give this a go. Let's just have one conversation. Yeah.
Okay, I'm down.
See if it's for us.
Yeah, we'll let everyone know next week. Seriously, as well. We're not. This isn't like something we'll go. Oh, we'll try this. We'll give it a whirl.
Let's see if there's anything on it.
Yeah, we have enough sex to chuck one away on something that we didn't enjoy.
Right, we ready for your
another thing that you think I've submitted.
This is what you submitted. 100%.
Okay.
Fantasy. Playing board games with Henry Cavill, Gerard Butler, and Chris Evans, and then having sex with my husband while I tell him how badly I kicked Henry's ass at Catan.
Whoever that is, let me know, because we're the same person. Because that's a dream.
Yeah.
But people won't know this, but we're big board game geeks as well.
We're big nerds when it comes to board games.
Yeah, we've got a huge collection of board games.
It's the fact that she said Catan, because we love
Catan.
Catan.
We play online Catan against our friends when we're scattered around. Yeah.
But it's also like the fact it's Henry Cavill and Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, when he steps out of that tube in Captain America, that's a man right there.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing, and it's not me, no, but
I love it's her fantasy.
I wonder if it's one of our friends that we play Catan with.
No, because they said my husband. Right, we need to send some text messages out.
But yeah, if you never play Catan, play Catan. It's fucking sick.
Cool. And that's all our fantasies this week. That's all our
fantasies. Chelsea, I promise you that wasn't me. Okay.
Okay, so usually in this now we'd be doing oops, wrong hole, but we're changing it up ever so slightly this week.
Ooh.
So we have a question and a bunch of answers to it.
Okay.
Some of them are quite funny. Some of them are a bit oops, wrong holey. It's just a bit of a thread.
A thread.
Yeah.
Got ya.
So the question is, what's something your partner does in the bedroom that you don't have the heart to say stop to?
Okay. This is going to be bad.
So I'm just going to go through them, okay?
Oh my God. Okay.
I hooked up with an older woman and she sucked on my balls individually and pulled away so it would make that pop sound like it did the old Lollipop song. I kept stifling my laughter, and I think she misunderstood that as a sign of erotic pleasure because she kept popping my balls one by one, which fed the vicious cycle.
Oh no, not for me.
No, that would hurt, right?
Hurts.
How would you keep hard?
If you don't. So if someone does something wrong, well, to me, this is personally, because some men love it. Some men come from getting kicked in the balls. Mm-hmm. Fair play. But if you suck my balls a bit too hard and pull it away, and I have to smack my little man around to,
would you be angry around
to get him. I wouldn't be angry. I would just say, don't do that again, please.
Cool. Next one. My wife puts her finger in my butthole all the time when she's blowing me. This isn't at all problematic as I'm a fan. The problem is that she has French manicure every 2 weeks and the nails make it unpleasant. Based on this, it's clear to me that when she says she's never been with a woman, she's being honest. Oh, bless him. Right, I'm just going to keep going.
Okay, go. Roll through.
I was with a girl for a while whose idea of kissing was just sticking her tongue in my mouth for me to suck.
No, I've experienced that.
I think everyone's experienced
That's
that.
Bad.
It's the worst.
You're like,
I don't know what to do.
What am I doing? And then they don't retract it or anything. You're like,
gotta give it head.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just sucking Dick tongue. What
Do you know,
the fuck?
it's baffling how many people don't know how to kiss.
Yeah,
Like some people will stick their tongue in and just do the washing machine all day long.
I remember you've said it to me. I've been told a couple of times, you're a really good kisser. Okay. And I'm like, it's just kissing. Normal kissing.
Yeah.
How bad are people to make normal seem amazing? But then I think about it and I've experienced some awful kisses.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Even like one of the girls that we slept with was the worst. Yeah. I even told you when she left.
I don't kiss the girls that we have sex with.
Only I do.
Yeah, so what?
It was like really tight butthole lips.
Like a cat's asshole?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh shit.
Right.
Oh no. I don't remember that.
Cool. Next one.
Poor girl.
Honestly, she always wants to have a go late at night. I'm a morning or afternoon guy, maybe an early evening. It always goes time like that doesn't make sense. She wants to do it before she sleeps, and sometimes I don't have it in me, but I'll always force it anyway, even though I just want to veg.
My guy, I'm like that.
No, you're not.
No.
You save it up just before bed, and then we have to stay awake for an extra hour.
No, so I'm going to tell everybody how this works. It'll be 8, 9 o'clock in the evening, and I'll look at Chelsea and I'll give her a little side eye, have my hand on the inside of her thigh, and I'll say, should we get up to bed, babe? And she'll look at me like I've just explained to her why 2 add 2 equals 5, call me a dickhead, and then tell me it's only 9 o'clock and that it's nowhere near bedtime. Cut to 11 o'clock, we're in bed, I've got to get up early for work, and I'm like, I can put in a shift if you want. And you're like, it's too late now, should have come up earlier. How many times has that happened? Yeah. But I'm willing to. I'm the one who gets up early.
I know.
You're the one who sleeps a little bit longer than me. I leave you in bed every day, even on weekends. So when you do want it, it's a challenge for me.
I know, but I just feel like all men should be mind readers and know exactly when a woman wants it and does it then.
Honestly, you're right.
That's so right.
I'm sorry. Okay, next bit, sorry.
Right, my wife thinks I will stay harder longer if she puts her vibrator on my balls when I'm doing her doggy style. Oh, I can already know this isn't good.
No.
It just feels awkward, and sometimes she pushes too hard. But then she will say, yeah, daddy likes this, doesn't he? And I just have to hang on to them words to keep going.
Oh, no. Oh. Do you know what that is? Do you know what it's like? So we've got, we'll have a thing where if I'm clapping you from the back and you're using your toy on your clit and my balls slap it hurts.
Yeah, I imagine.
And I can't go as hard as I want to. I've got to wait for you to be happy with what you're getting for me to then carry on at my full stroke. And it just hurts. And yeah, I don't think women understand how sensitive balls are, which is great when they're getting licked and played with really gently. But as soon as you introduce a little bit of this is for me. As soon as you introduce a little bit of impact, a little bit of pain, I'm like, oh, I've gone to like 70%, which is borderline. Gonna have to start thumbing him back in. Yeah. So things that people want to tell people.
Not partnered at the moment, but in general, being called daddy. I have a young child. The number of times daily that I'm called daddy in a non-sexual way has made it so I never want to hear that word while I'm balls deep again.
Honestly, I
wasn't much of a fan before parenthood, but now it's an instant turn off.
So true.
Yeah.
So true. I've got a daughter and yeah, she's older, but she used to call me daddy.
Yeah.
There is nothing sexy about being called daddy. And unless you've got no dad as a female.
This is what I was about to say. As a female who's really close to my dad and who loves her dad, I don't want to be calling anyone else in my life, especially sexual, daddy.
Somebody fucking you and you're going, yes, daddy. What image is that putting in your head?
Well, this is why I said in the episode the other week where you said shots fired, I don't say daddy because I don't have daddy issues, and it usually is kind of where it goes.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Sorry if you don't like it. Fuck you.
Right, next one. In a past relationship, sliding her pussy back and forth along the bottom of my cock as it's pressed against me.
Yeah, I get it.
The problem is that if you aren't freshly waxed or shaved, the stubble makes it feel like someone's rubbing sandpaper on you, or even if she's dripping wet. I would never ask her to stop though.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
Just not a sexy thing.
It's sexy if it's smooth.
Right.
As soon as I stop, imagine me now. I'm unshaved at the minute.
Yeah.
Imagine me.
When you kiss me, sometimes I would never tell you to stop, but I'm like, oh, it's stabbed
spiky,
me.
Yeah. Imagine that on your vagina.
Really sensitive area.
Yeah. And you're rubbing it. I'm rubbing my face up and down your vagina. That's what it's like. Yeah. And I understand exactly what he means. So imagine having, like, I'm laid on my back, my dick's against me, and you're rubbing up and down on it.
Yeah.
Great. As soon as sandpaper gets introduced,
not great.
Not so great. No.
Right. I tried to move her from blowjob to sex once and said that I loved what she was doing, but I really wanted her. She took that as an insult to her technique. Not only did I not get any more after that night, I never got another blowjob again. This was about 5 years ago. I was going to mention how rough she gets when using her hands, but decided against it or I'd lose that too.
So hold up.
Wow.
Hold up.
He hasn't had a blowjob for 5 years.
Has he had sex for 5 years?
Yeah, I think they're having sex. You could never.
But no, do you know what pisses me off? When you try and talk to somebody about something.
Oh, and they take it as a personal insult. Mm.
I love what you're doing right now, but get on your back, I need to be inside you. It's not me saying, you can't suck a dick. Like, in what world? If every time I went down on you and within 30 seconds you were like, no, just fuck me, I would be like, am I bad at this?
Yeah.
Am I bad at this?
Every time.
If it was like 5 minutes deep and you were like, yeah, babe, all right, get inside me now. I'm like, all right, you know, oven's preheated, we're on 200 degrees, we're ready for the fucking good stuff. So yeah, that chick, she's pissed me off. Fuck her.
Yeah.
Leave her.
Yeah,
Leave her.
I feel that
Leave
way
her
for him as
friend.
well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck her.
My wife kinda just melts during doggy. Like as I'm pounding away, her body keeps getting lower and lower until she's almost laying on the bed. I have to pick her up and support her.
Honestly. Everything you're saying, I'm like,
I actually feel that as a bit of a personal attack because I know you pick me up all the time.
I have to hold those hips.
But it's hard though because like you are pushing
hard.
me down and then you're like get up and then
just
you're
have a
pushing
little
me
bit
down.
of brace in your adductors and keep your legs in position. Jesus, woman. I know exactly what he means. And I'm looking at you. I know exactly what he means.
My legs will be like starfish and I'll be like belly on the bed and you'll be like get back up.
Fuck up. Yeah, it's like trying to hoist up a bag of yogurt. I'm like, fucking get up.
That's mean.
It's not mean because I know exactly what it means. Melting.
Yeah.
You haven't got the chassis of a bag of beaten up yogurt, all right? But when I'm clapping from the back and your legs just keep sliding out and you do nothing about it and just get lower and lower, and I'm like, fucking, do you know how hard it is for me? Do you know who's putting in all the fucking effort here? Okay, it's me. Okay, and I'm not only am I trying to get the stroke right, I'm holding the camera, and then I'm also and if you're at the edge of the bed,
your balls aren't hitting.
Exactly, I'm not exactly. And then if you're on the edge of the bed, my shins then get down towards the bed. And my shins start smacking on the edge of the fucking bed frame. And then I'm like, this is just horrendous. Get your fucking hips back up here. And you're like, oh, but it's really hard for me to just stay in this position whilst you do all the work. Fuck me.
It's got me. Right.
What's next?
Had an ex who would constantly ask me, do you like that? And it was awkward because not only does that phrase do nothing for me, but most of the time the honest answer would have been not particularly no.
Jesus. But
right, I know you love a check-in during sex, but if you were checking in with me throughout sex, I'd just be like, shut up. Do your little creepy check-in after.
It's not creepy.
With your status report and your stars that rating.
Okay, no, but how? Right, I'm not just trying to say this because we're recording, but do I perform well?
You do perform well. But
don't be too enthusiastic. Do I perform well?
You do.
Again, that was less enthusiastic. Fuck you.
I don't know. Anywho, that would put me off.
But that's because of feedback. It's not creepy.
Or is it like the whole like, do you like that?
Yeah, I think it's like, do you like that? And you're like, yeah. And it's like, do you like that? Yep, pretty good. Mm-hmm. Can we just get on with the actual fucking now, please? Yeah.
But do you like that?
Honestly, don't because I'm still picturing just hoying your hips up, trying to keep them in line with mine. Nightmare.
Right, last one. When they sit on your face and about to come, but you can't breathe, you got to keep going because there's only one way out of here. through the storm.
That's my favourite.
I know. How is he not enjoying that?
I love that. If I'm like suffocated, if I die from that, I'm the happiest man.
I know.
The happiest man. Because I just imagine it. At my funeral.
I think everyone now knows. You even had messages from people about how much you love it. So
I did. Yeah, I did. Someone made a meme.
Yeah.
Just Rocky beaten up after 12 rounds. It's like
Luke after a face it in session.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, I do know what he means. You can be in a position where you're like, I just need a gasp, and it's like, don't fucking stop, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah,
oh,
I
no.
guess that's the same. Like giving the blowjob, like you know they're about to come, but your neck is aching, your jaw's aching, you don't know how long you can keep your mouth in that position, but they're about to. So you're like, get through it.
Come on, power
I can
through.
do this.
Yeah.
Couple more seconds.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good fun. That's everything then?
That's all of us.
Well, that's
all
a normal
of it.
length episode.
Oh.
You were making out, I thought we were going to be here forever.
Oh, well, that was quite a long list. I thought we would, but I guess I just rolled through it.
You hammered it. Well played.
Thanks.
So, we didn't put it at the start, we put it at the end. How you can contact us?
So you can submit to us via our website, which is iotk.fun, F-U-M.
F-U-N.
F-U-N, what did I say?
It sounded like you said F-U-M.
I'm ill.
Yeah, it also sounds like you've had a stroke. Like you're mental at the minute.
Follow us on socials, which is Ironing Out the Kinks, all one word, and that is TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
And YouTube.
And YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube.
Subscribe and like, guys.
Yeah. We want to be able to do this full time one day, maybe, because we really enjoy it. We really enjoy the feedback. We enjoy people telling us how much they enjoy listening to what we've got to say, which is just honestly a dream. So thank you for everyone who listens. And the only way we keep this stuff fresh is if you submit to us. So just don't be a little bitch and just tell us all your dirty little secrets.
Yeah, fuck everyone else. We just want to know everything about you, the depth of your sexual soul.
Exactly.
It's nothing.
It's literally nothing. Just stop being a fucking weirdo and tell us. Yeah, that's it, guys. Don't forget to like it and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to us on. Obviously Spotify, Google, Amazon, anything like that. Like, subscribe, and yeah, stay happy and keep fucking. Bye.
Bye.